Morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Oh, yeah. Everybody see that. Oh, yeah. The beautiful reminder that you get to choose, I get to choose, that we all get to choose. And what is it that we get to choose? We get to choose how we're going to think.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Brent. Yeah, we always get to choose our thoughts. We get to choose what we're going to make things mean. We get to choose how we're going to move information around in our minds. And that right there is your greatest power. Remember, no one can force you to think the thoughts you think. No one can do that. See, you're the one that's ultimately in control of what's happening in your inner world. And what is that inner world? It's the world of thought, it's the kingdom of heaven. Now, there are forces in you that are powerful that actually lead you to think things that you shouldn't think or that aren't helpful for you. But see, those things aren't you. Remember, those things are the patterns in you, they're your beliefs as well. See, that's what's really in the way of you making change in your life. It's not you, it's not the essence of who you are, it's what's called your paradigm. I'm so grateful for Bob Proctor opening up that world of understanding the true source for why we don't change. And it's, again, something that sneaks up and you don't even know that's happening. I mean, just think about, like, for instance, how many times you've wanted to move forward on something. Maybe you wanted to make a change in your life and you felt it calling out to you. Yes, I want to do that. I want to act on that idea. How many of you have run into that where you're wanting to do that, right? And then all of a sudden there's this force that stops you cold in your tracks. And it's powerful. And you don't know what it is. And then what happens is, okay, there the narrative is that the personal development world has instilled in you, okay, you're the one that's stopping you. You're the one that's in your own way. You're your own worst enemy, which is all a bunch of bullshit. Okay. It's not true. You're not stopping you. You're not in the way. You're not your own worst enemy. You're not self sabotaging. All of that is a bunch of BS. See, what's in the way is the program. Now, why am I emphasizing this? Why have we been emphasizing this with you? Well, because we want you to see the real cause. We want you to see that by changing that cause, you will be able to change the effect. Remember, sowing, reaping, cause and effect. So think about that ideal that you would love to act on. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's, you know, taking that trip. Maybe it's changing your lifestyle. Maybe it's buying that new car. Maybe it's that relationship. Maybe it's, I don't know, getting guidance for making change in your life where you want help with implementation. I don't know what it is for you. Well, what I will say is that whatever that is, how can that be loyal to that instead? Don't let the paradigm continue to run. Oh, by the way, I just said something. I said, don't let the paradigm. You know that that's actually not true. We don't let it happen. It's something that's happened. We don't even know it's happening. Isn't that crazy? How many times have you said that? Maybe, oh, I let that happen. No, you didn't. It was the paradigm that was being enforced by your subconscious mind. See, the only things you let happen is when it has to do with light. Think about that. That's the only time when you truly think, is when it's in harmony with growth, expansion, fuller expression. So it's not that we let the negativity come in or the stagnation happen. It's just that the paradigm is being run full force by your subconscious mind, which is loyal to you in a way that you don't think it is, because it's in its essence, it's not truly loyal to you. It's loyal to what you've made important. Think about that. It's a loyal servant, but it's loyal to what you have made important. So if you change what's important to you, guess what? It'll go out there and reinforce that and help to make that a material fact. And that's what we've been diving into. You can use this for that. This goal for yours. Wave your goal card. If you have a goal card, wave it. But remember, you don't manifest what's written on the goal card. You don't manifest what's on a vision board. You don't even manifest affirmations. What you manifest is how you feel about them. You manifest how you feel about you. Ooh, let that one sink in for a moment. How you feel about you is rooted in the belief that you have about yourself. You want to know what you believe about yourself, how you feel about you. Just look at the results in your life. They always tell the truth. Write that in your notes. My results always tell the truth. And what do they tell the truth of? They tell the truth of how you're thinking, not what you're thinking, how you're thinking. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. What's the truth? The truth is that you have power, that you have within you some incredible power. You have gifts. The truth that you are a magnificent creative being. Oh my gosh, that truth alone, if you live with that truth, will change everything in your life. It'll change the outcomes dramatically, provided you make dramatic changes inside. Did you catch that? If you want to make magnificent changes in your outer world, you must make magnificent changes in your inner world. And that's what these calls are about this narrative of helping you to understand the power that you have in you, to understand who you are. That's the only thing that we share with you. That's what both Dolly and I discovered in ourselves, and that's what Bob Proctor shared with us. What we share, if you put it into its simplest form, we're sharing with you, number one, who you truly are, and number two, how your marvelous, miraculous, incredible, powerful mind works, which works according to law. Everything that we share with you is that. And that's where we're hoping and helping you to understand this, that power that's in you. So now I'll say to you, okay, fine, you have that. And this is something that, has been shared beautifully in this masterpiece, which is what we've been studying. You have this knowledge, you have this information. But see, now the question is okay, use, application. How are you going to use it? Are you going to use it? Remember, what I just shared with you has no power in and of itself. See, it's the use, it's the application. And what's beautiful is when you have the right guidance. How many of you have been feeling this incredible sense of self-worth and courage building up in you because of the guidance here of helping you to understand who you are, and also because of how you're using it? How many of you have been feeling that a lot more in yourself? Isn't it interesting how that works? So this is what we're, again, wanting you to continue in yourself so that you can have it in you, so that you can actually pay it forward to other people. Think about the impact that you could have on other people's lives by you not knowing it, but by understanding it. And see, that again is what the personal development world has done, unfortunately. They formed a culture of information gatherers, people who know and know and know, but then they don't understand why, because it's not being used. So, to the book. Make sure you have a copy of this, The Master Key System by Charles Haanel. Get this exact version if you want to read along with us. And then most importantly, yes, read it. Yes, take your notes. Yes, underline it. But most importantly, apply it. You've got to use it. So let's go to where we are, shall we? 1, 2, 3, boom. Now, we went over this in the last session, but we're going to go over it again. Okay, this is page 324. Now, remember, and I'm leading you to remember this on purpose. I'm not repeating because I forgot, okay? Use this. This, what we're sharing with you, your invitation is to apply it. How can you use it in your life practically? That's what you should be asking as you're going through this. Now, how are we related to this creative principle? And what's that creative principle? That universal mind or eternal energy from which all things proceed is where it's at. Well, so how are we related to this creative principle? By our ability to think. Remember, you are a thinking center. A thinking center always for expansion and fuller expression. See, that's the creative being that you are, of which at the core of it is this, your ability to think. Remember, you can think what you please. If to think is to form, you can form what you please. Write that in your notes in the first person. I can think what I please. If to think is to form, I can form what I please. Let's sit in that again for a moment. I can think what I please. If to think is to form, I can form what I please. See, that's a principle, and it's true. You can think whatever thoughts you want to think. You can shift how you're thinking by intentionally thinking whatever you want to think. Now, again, that's important. Why? Because that intentional use of your mind to think when it comes to growth, expansion, fuller expression, and if you're persistent, consistent with it enough times, it will embed within you subconsciously and then therefore lead to what are called beliefs and habits. But your ability to think that connects you to it. Now, how is this creative principle? How does this creative principle become operative? Well, I had you underline this. And it's a good idea for you to write it too. Thought is the seed which results in action, and action results in form. I want you to notice how it all starts in the mind. Now, this is important for you because we're talking about delivering a different outcome in your world. Let's just talk about feelings, for instance. So say you're wanting to feel more confident. You're wanting to feel courage. You're wanting to feel everything associated to faith, which is the belief that you have in you. You want to shift that to be happier most of the time, to not be controlled by the outer circumstances. Well, in order for that to happen, it's got to start in your mind, just as what Robert Collier shared in Secret of the Ages. You must build it in your own mind first. You've got to think thoughts that are in harmony with that desire that you would love to make a material fact. And it will not show up in your outer world as fruit until that's been sown. See, again, this is where use comes into play. This is where I'm so grateful for my coaches and mentors who have helped me to see this, to see beyond what is just written in the book, to see through the example that this stuff actually works, through the example of them. That's what Bob did for me. That's what Bob did for Dolly. And this is what we're wanting for you. We're wanting you to engage with it, to use it. And through that use, through thinking, you will deliver the change that you seek. Now, before we go further, those of you who are watching this live stream, if you'd like to tap into the remainder of this call and have access to the replays and also this big, beautiful, wonderful, growing community, then go to elevitality.com and register